Hello viewers, this Not Too Fast here. In today's video, I'll show you how to install DRL or daytime running lights on your vehicle. This will apply to those of you who might want to add an extra pair of DRL lights, or if your vehicle didn't come with a set of DRL lights and you would like to add this feature. In this video, I'll show you what parts you'll need and how to install it. So stay tuned. So for this install, there are two parts I'll be using. On the right side is a daytime running light kit. Here's the actual daytime running light. Two of these. This is the LED driver for the DRL lights. The DRL light has a very good build quality. The housing is all metal. The front is a glass lens. The wire at the back is sealed so water won't get in. Now on its own, when you install this, it will work. But I want the ability to dim the DRL light at night so it's not at full brightness. And to do that, I have the DRL controller that you see right here on the left side. So when I turn on the ignition, it'll feed 12 volt directly into this DRL LED driver and it'll output full brightness. And when I turn on the headlight, it'll cut the output to half the voltage, and now the DRL light would be half brightness. Let me first connect my power supply to this DRL kit and I'll show you what the full brightness look like. On the LED driver, you have the red and black wire. That's for your 12 volt input. On the output side, it goes out to these two connectors. Connect the LED light to each of these connectors. Now I'll connect my power supply. As you can see, it's very bright. Now if you install this on your vehicle, when you turn it on, this is the brightness you'll get. But at night it'll be too bright, so you want to be able to dim it. In order to dim the DRL lights, I'll be using a DRL controller. Now most of the DRL controller you find on the market are very similar. The overall design might be a little different, but the wiring is the same. So looking at the one I have here, this wire here is your input wire. It goes to the negative black wire and the positive red wire, and it's fused. So you connect this to your 12 volt source. It can be your ignition 12 volt or constant 12 volt. And the black wire will go to the chassis ground. With this type of controller, there are two outputs. This one is for the left DRL, and this one here is for the right DRL. The red and black wire will connect directly to your DRL LED lights. And then the third wire here is an optional wire you can connect to your turn signal. Whenever this yellow wire gets 12 volt, your DRL for that side will turn off momentarily. Now you do not need to connect this wire. If you don't connect it, then your DRL light will remain on. Same thing for the right side output. Instead of a yellow wire, you have this blue wire. Since my DRL light that I'll be using has a LED driver with one 12 volt input, I'll only be using one output instead of both of these outputs. Now in this controller, there's one more wire, which is this white wire. So let's say if I connect this to my parking lights, when I turn on my headlight, my parking light will turn on. There's 12 volt on this wire, and then the output on this controller will be 6 volt, resulting in the dimming of the DRL lights. Now you notice with the 12 volt connected, the DRL light does not turn on. With this controller, it's designed to only output when the input voltage is above 13.5 volts. And when you start your vehicle, the voltage will go up past 14 volt. Once the controller senses that, then the DRL light will turn on. Now for the install that I'll be doing, I will not be connecting directly to the car battery. Instead, I'll be connecting it to ignition 12 volt, and the DRL will turn on immediately once I start the car, and turn off once I turn off the ignition. To simulate this, I'll turn my power supply up past 13.5 volt. Right now my power supply is set to output 13.5 volt, and the DRL light is turned on. As you can see, it's full brightness. Now I'll show you the dim mode. I'll take the white wire and connect it to my 12 volt power supply. Here's a look at one of the DRL lights. You can see the brightness dim. I'll take off the wire. And by the way, at full brightness, the controller consumes about 300 milliamp. When it's dimmed, it's only consuming 100 milliamp. So let's take this to the vehicle, get it installed, and I'll show you how it looks. So I've spent a lot of time looking for an ignition 12 volt I can use to power the DRL. Initially I was looking at the fuse box right here, but all the stuff you see here powers the ECM and the IPDM. Also all the fuses you see here are constant 12 volt. There are no ignition 12 volt fuses here. So next I checked the relays that's on the passenger side. And this middle blue relay you see right here is actually the accessory relay, and it provides ignition 12 volt that I need. If you look at the cover right here, it tells you this relay is accessory. If you look at the wiring on this blue relay in the middle, there are two wires, the pink and the red. The red is constant 12 volt and the pink is a switch 12 volt. This will output 12 volt when you turn on the ignition. I have my multimeter hooked up right now. I'll show you that. Here you see outputs 14 volt when the ignition is on. Here I install the T-tap. Now connect the wire that I'll be tapping into. I'll remove the clips on this cover. You can lift this up a little bit, and I'll tuck the wire underneath, going along towards the driver's side. I've gone ahead and mounted the DRL controller and the LED driver onto this surface right here using 3M double-sided tape. And here I have the wire from the DRL controller. I have the red wire for power, black wire for ground, and the white wire will be connected to the parking lights. I ran the ignition 12 volt wire underneath the fuse box over to here. This will get connected to the red wire on the DRL controller. To protect the wire, I'll be using this wire loom. For the ground, I'll be using this unused bolt hole you see right here. Now before you use it, make sure you test it out. And the ground is good. Now connect the white wire to the parking light on the side here. Here I'm testing the green wire. As you can see, the green wire does show 12 volt when it's on. Here you see the connections made. Connect the DRL wiring harness to the output of the LED driver. Looking at the wiring harness, you see the output splits to two outputs, but it's not long enough to reach both sides. So I'm going to cut off this connector, extend the wire to reach all the way to the other side. Here's a look at the extended wire. I'll be installing the light in this location right here. On the driver's side, there's a cutout here I can feed the connector behind the bumper. On the passenger side, I will have to drill a hole so I can pass the connector through. And to mount the light, I'll be using the 3M double-sided tape here. Put a strip along the top and stick this right over here. The light is not heavy at all, so it will not fall off. I do want to mention this light does come with a bracket, so if you choose to use this, you can install it onto your vehicle. Clean the surface with rubbing alcohol. Here's a look at the hole that I cut on the passenger side. Here's a look at the finished install. All the wiring's tucked away, nice and clean. Let me show you how the DRL will dim once the parking light is on. Well, I hope you enjoy watching this video. For those of you who might want to install a set of DRL lights in your vehicle, I hope you found this video to be helpful. For lists of parts and tools used in this video, check out the link in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, leave one in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video. To support this channel, remember to click on thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified of new videos.